In this video, I'm going to show you several ways to find new posts or new threads. First of all, when you log into the website and you're on the Forums tab and you begin to scroll down, you'll see these icons that say New. They're designed to stand out no matter what color you have selected. And what this does is it's telling us that there are new threads or new posts inside this forum since the last time I visited. So what we can do is we can click on the discussion forum, and naturally at the top we have our stickies, so I'm going to scroll down past those, and you'll notice on the left this name right here is the original poster or the author. But on the right hand side over in this column, you can see that today at 4:20 p.m. Mobe posted a reply. So that's one way to find out. Another way to find out is if you're actually watching a thread. So if we come in, you notice the star right here. If we hover over it, it says watched. So if we come into here, on the upper right hand corner, I have the option to unwatch this thread. Let's go back out to the general discussion area and I'll show you how to watch it. So click on the thread that you'd like to keep an eye on, and in the upper right hand corner you're going to click Watch Thread. A window pops up and you have the option to receive an email as a notification, or you can watch the thread without receiving email notifications. So I don't want my inbox on my email filling up here, so I'm just going to choose the latter and I'm going to hit Watch Thread. So what happens here at this point? Well, when somebody else replies and then I log in later on, I'm going to get an alert. And when I get that alert, there's going to be a new message here, and it's going to say somebody replied to a thread that you're watching. And if we click on it, it'll bring us to that thread. So that's one way of doing it. You can also click on alerts, and you can read all your alerts that you have. So if people reply to multiple threads that you're watching, you can look at the whole list right here and navigate through. Okay, so there's several ways you can do that. We can also click on Watched Threads. When you click on Watch Threads, if you were watching any of them that were updated recently, they will show up on this page as well. You can also click on Watched Forums. I don't know if you saw that in there. Watched Forums. So how do you watch a forum? Let's go right back to the beginning again. We're going to click on the discussion forum. Now before we go into any threads, in the upper right hand corner you can click on Watch Forum. You can watch new threads, you can watch new messages, or you can tell it don't send any notifications at all. I'm sorry, let me correct myself. This is send a notification for new threads, send a notification for new messages, or don't send me a notification at all. So if you would like, you can just say, if there's any new messages, send me an alert. So when you do that, you'll get the alert in the upper right hand corner, and then you hit watch. So next time someone goes in there and they post a reply, or if they make a new thread because that has a post in it as well, that's going to go ahead and give me an alert up here. And then I can track any changes since last time I logged in because alerts are updated live. Another way to tell if there's any new posts is if you simply log into the website, and if you are on a laptop or a desktop, you should have this column on the right hand side, and if you scroll down a little, there's a section that says new posts. This will show the 5 most recent posts that have been replied to before you logged in. Another area you can go to is back up at the top. We can click on Watched Forums. When we click on this, you'll see that there's a new reply to website ideas right here. You can also click on Watch Threads. When you click on Watch Threads, it tells you that it will display the 20 most recently updated threads with unread replies that you are watching. Then it tells us we don't have any content that is unread, but we do know that we are watching some threads. So if we click Show All Watch Threads, we get a different list here. Now we can see all the threads that we are actually watching. If we wanted to unwatch one of them, you can click on it, and then down at the bottom here, you can change the notifications, or you can select Stop Watching the Thread, and then you hit the Go button. So that's how you can deselect them if you think you're getting too many emails or too many alerts or something. Then we have the new posts section. If you click on that, these are all the new posts since the last time I logged in up here. And then there's a separator, and the separator says these posts haven't been changed since the last time I logged in, but there's some unread material. So these are things that I haven't read since last time I logged in. So that's a good way to find new posts that you may have missed as well. Now finally, I want to come back to the forums page real quick, and I just want to point out sometimes you've read through these as much as you're going to, and you don't need to see any more of the content. You decided you're satisfied that you've read as much as you want to see, but these little glowing new things don't go away. Why is that? That's because you haven't actually read all of the new content in there. But that's okay. We can still make them go away. And then next time you log in, they will be back if there's new content within those forums. So how do you get rid of them? It's very simple. Click the Forums tab, and then over here on the left, you click Mark Forums as Read. Then you get a little pop-up screen that's going to warn us this will mark all the forums as read. Are you sure you want to do this? Now if we come back down and take a peek here, you'll notice I have no more of those new indicators, and none of these lightning bolts are lit up anymore. That's because we went ahead and marked everything as read. Now if I log out and then I come back later on, something will be lit up if there's a change. And then I can go in there and hopefully the change will be up near the top. If we can't find it, we look on the right hand column here, or If there's a star, that means we're watching it, so we should have gotten an alert up here. Okay, so now what happens if you're on your phone? That may be a little bit different. So let me quickly change the view, and then I can try to guide you with that as well. So here's what your view might look like if you're on your phone. When you log in, you don't necessarily have that alert area in the upper right hand corner here, but as you scroll down, you still have that lightning bolt. You should still get the new icon if there's content that is unread. But when we go inside here, you'll notice that we can no longer see who replied to the thread. You can only see the original poster. Unfortunately, there's no way to change that, but it does show you a date and a time when it was last updated. And again, this is really where alerts come in handy if you're on a mobile device. So you'll see that this is actually being watched because there's a star there. And even though you can't see the alert button, you can click on your name or hover over it, and once you do that, here is where you'll be able to see your alerts. The number will be right next to it. And then you can click on alerts, and it brings us to this page. Okay, so if you had any alerts from an updated post since last time you logged in and you're out on your cell phone, that's how you find that information. Still fairly simple, just a little bit different navigation. So now how do we get back to where we were? You can hit the home button, which is fine, or you can click on this and you can click forums to get back to where we were. You still have your watched forums section, your watched threads section, and your new posts section. Notice right now it tells me I don't have any new content to view because we marked all forums as watched just a few minutes ago in this video. But if a bunch of people were online and everybody was posting a bunch of messages right now, by all means, this would be repopulated already. If we click the watch threads, it tells us that there's no changes here either since last time we logged in, but we can always click on show all the watch threads, and here they are. And then it tells you when the last message was 35 minutes ago for this one, today at 4:20 for that one, etc. So it just takes a little getting used to on how to navigate on your cell phone. So now let's say we're on a tablet. Well, what's that view look like? Well, it's going to look something like this, depending on which way you're holding your tablet. It might be landscape, it might be portrait. So now you can see that you can see these people again. So it's not much different from the navigation I showed you in the beginning when you're on a desktop or a laptop. All right. So those features are all still there if you guys are out and about and you're on your phone. They just don't show up at the top right here. And that's why you have to click your name and then they'll show up down here. The only feature that doesn't show up, unfortunately, is the one when it has the last person that actually replied. And that's because there's not enough room on the screen on the average cell phone. See, it starts truncating all this information depending on how big the cell phone is. And that's by design because there's no way we can accommodate everybody that has a different size cell phone screen. We don't know if you have an iPhone, a Galaxy, maybe you have a Note, so your screen looks bigger like that, maybe. It's designed to automatically accommodate whatever device that you're on. Okay? So that's how to track new posts.